Hi everyone, my name is Gary Mitchell, and today I'd like to briefly walk you through the core argument of my research paper, which is entitled Building Cultural Competence and Security Cooperation, a study of U.S.-Argentina collaboration in the context of Chinese economic influence. So let's start with the big picture. I look at things in the context of the Southern Cone, which is a region of South America that consists of Chile, Argentina, Uruguay, and southern portions of Brazil. Um, in that context, China's made some major inroads to Argentina through its Belt and Road Initiative. It's offered infrastructure and financial incentives to Argentina, which is a country that's been struggling with economic instability for quite a while. But while their economic leverage is pretty significant, the real contest isn't just about money, it's about perception, trust, and cultural alignment. So, my central question is this: how can improved cultural competence enhance U.S. security cooperation outcomes in Argentina, especially as China expands its regional presence? And this is what I argue. I argue that the U.S. doesn't need to outspend China in Argentina, it needs to out understand it. Cultural competence isn't just a soft skill, it's a strategic asset. And when U.S. efforts fail to engage local values, identities, and communication styles, even well funded initiatives fall flat. But when U.S. teams, especially special operations forces, nested with the interagency efforts, show respect for Argentine sovereignty and identity, those partnerships become way more resilient. A couple of examples on the China side: Chinese investments like lithium mining, space tracking stations, they often bypass local norms. And over the years, that sparked distrust and even protests. Meanwhile, U.S. cooperation has stumbled as well, especially when American teams lean too heavily on rigid timelines or bureaucratic models that don't match Argentine expectations for relational diplomacy. This is where cultural competence really makes a pretty huge difference. It means embedding cultural advisors, partnering with local universities, adapting negotiation styles, and engaging with civil society, not just the ministries. It's about aligning our security cooperation with Argentine values like autonomy, pride, and local leadership. I also take on some counter arguments, ones that China's material advantage outweighs cultural concerns, and others that past U.S. interventions still haunt our image in the region. Both of those are pretty fair points, but I also argue that long term strategic alignment depends on relational trust, not just financial offers. And that trust comes from consistency, humility, and cultural awareness. In the end, the paper makes a case that the U.S. has an opportunity not just to compete dollar for dollar, but to build deeper, more meaningful ties with our Argentine counterparts. If we can show up with respect, patience, and genuine understanding, we can create partnerships that last longer than any loan or construction project. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to your feedback.